Hi, welcome to Digesting Mom Life, where I share all things motherhood, serving God, serving my family, our approach to a holistic, healthy lifestyle through nourishing foods, and I'm glad you're here. So if you clicked on this video, it's probably because of the title. This week I prepared for introducing solids to August with the GAPS diet approach. Not only are we introducing solids to him, but we are also venturing onto the GAPS diet ourselves. It's actually by Dr. Natasha Campbell McBride, and this book and the diet is really focused on sealing leaky gut. She talks about leaky gut and gut issues in general being the root cause for all autoimmune diseases, and also things like autism, dyspraxia, ADD, ADHD, depression. The diet really focuses on sealing the gut, soothing any inflammation in the gut, and rebuilding the gut barrier. So I think all those things are really great and essential to a healthy lifestyle. I have purchased 4 different gut protocols, and when I first ventured on my gut healing journey like 6 years ago, it was really based on the Candida diet. I was trying to kill Candida without understanding that would have never been an issue without gut issues in general. I went into many diets blindly without understanding why I was doing things. And I really love that she discusses why, how our immune system works, and the importance of having a healthy gut. I'm showing you the things that I've prepared to go onto this diet, which are things like making sauerkraut, which is not done yet because it takes a couple of weeks, making raw milk yogurt, meat stock, and soaking almonds for almond milk, and taking all to the different stores that we went to where I found these products, because I have been searching for a source where we can get our meat, and so far I've only been able to get a source for raw milk. But in the new year, I have somebody lined up to get us all the other goodies like raw butter, cheese, poultry, and meat, hopefully. But for now, we're going to Trader Joe's for our organic produce. Like this week we went to get our organic winter squash there, and it's a great time to start because everything is in season. And we went to Whole Foods for our organic chicken feet, Sprouts for beef marrow bones. We got the organic chicken from Natural Grocers. Lots of different stores, I know. A run to Costco for the bulk items. Hey, that's it. That's it for organic. Okay, air chilled organic chicken feet. I'll just get a couple of these. We got raisins. Let me get back to the GAPS diet. One of my biggest motivators for getting August on this introducing baby to solids plan is because it promotes gut health, and gut health equals overall health. I'm not here to educate you on the GAPS diet. I'm not a GAPS practitioner. I'm not a GAPS coach. I'm simply somebody who read the book and decided that this makes a whole lot of sense, and we're gonna give it a try. Unfortunately, my husband and I are unable, or I specifically am unable to do the intro phases for GAPS diet. If you're familiar with it, there are about 5, is it 5 or is it 6? There are different phases for the intro to GAPS diet, and you are starting with meat stock, vegetables, and probiotics, and then you slowly add in different foods. And everybody's going to be different. Everybody's body's different. Everybody's level of gut health is different. But because it is so strict, there's so many foods that are not included in the beginning, there's a lot of die-off and detoxing that happens. Because I'm breastfeeding, I'm unable to do that. So my husband and I are going into the full GAPS diet instead. Now, initially I thought, there's no big deal. I have meat stock every single day already. I just won't be having rice and potato and my pumpkin muffins and my sourdough bread and my butter. And the list goes on. And so I learned really quickly on the first day just how fast detoxing happens. It's scary. So truly, if you're breastfeeding, just like every article on the internet says, don't recommend doing it. But the full gaps diet has been a breeze. Next week, I will be sharing what we gave August, how much we gave him, his reaction, how we prepared him to have it, and what we eat in a day. So if you'd like to be notified for next week's video, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified. But also, if there's anything specific you want to know, just comment below and I will get into it. First thing I'm going to make is the meat stock. Just gonna let that come to a boil and then I'll put it down to simmer and let it cook for about 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours. Usually I'll add more vegetables because this is going to be the meat stock that my son will be eating. The book says to only use chicken and to not even use. I've watched videos specifically from Bumblebee Apothecary. She said that she asked Dr. Natasha, or it was asked in one of their classes or workshop, using salt is okay. Really what she meant is table salt, which is really bad for you. We're using mineral salt, and apparently according to Dr. Natasha that is okay to use. I decided to add onion as well just to give it more flavor. I'm not going to be feeding my son the onion, but it will give it flavor and I'm okay with that. But just know that onion is not part of the baby's meat stock. But I wasn't gonna do this 2 times. This is the stock that we'll all be eating, and I just thought I'd add onion from the beginning. I'm not gonna add about this much salt to my meal yet, but we're getting there, so that's it. See, now that it's boiling, I'm gonna turn it down all the way to low. So the big bubbles are starting to die down a bit, so I'm gonna cover it up. This will be my first time making raw milk yogurt at home, any kind of yogurt at home. I've watched about 5 different videos on how to make raw milk yogurt at home without equipment. Most people have videos on check the temperature of this. So we wanted 110. It's not even, well, it's going up. It's getting really close to the temperature. Over here I have set up what I'm going to leave the yogurt in the oven. I should probably turn the oven off now. Be in this ceramic dish. There's gonna be warm water in between the ceramic dish and the glass dish, and then I'm gonna cover it with a towel. This towel is gonna stay under it, but I'm gonna cover it with another towel to keep it warm. The boiling water so that it is not boiling when I put the yogurt in. Okay. Stir again. Let that sit there for a bit. And let's take a look at this. You can see there's just light bubbles in there. And that's exactly what I like to see when I make my meat stock. Let's check on this. Okay, looks like we're at 118. So I gotta turn this off and get it off the fire. So I got it off the fire and I'm just continuing to stir it. I'm grabbing my store-bought yogurt. I'm putting about a third of a cup in my jar. Again. Oh, and we gotta turn the oven off, so we don't want it at 170 degrees. We want to let it start cooling down before we put it in there. It's a little bit too warm. Apparently the best temperature for yogurt is between 108 to 112 degrees, which is why I'm aiming for 110, right in the middle. Y'all probably saw I already turned off the oven. I had it at 107 degrees, which is the lowest that I could get it at. And I'm just letting it cool down a bit before I put the yogurt in. Okay, we finally have it right on the money. So I'm gonna pour some milk into the jar with yogurt, mix it up, and then I'm gonna pour it all in here. I'm gonna pour more of this really hot water on the sides. Now I'm gonna put this in the oven. I'm gonna put this onto the first rack. Cover it like that. Oh my gosh. Oh. Been 12 hours. Let me feel. It's still warm in there. Oh my goodness. And it was 25 degrees last night, so let me check this out. Yeah, the water's still warm. I think I can leave it in there for longer. Oh, that's awesome. That's yogurt. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave it in. I peeled and chopped up a bunch of carrots. I took all the meat out of the stalk. So I'm just going to boil the carrots, or cook the carrots in here. Oops. And then I'll also add some squash. Once the carrots have cooked somewhat, because these are gonna cook really fast. I roasted the delicata squash, so I'll just scrape this out into my bowl and then cover it in meat stock. Oh, this is so exciting. I made yogurt for the first time. Let's see. Oh, that's so cool. I filled up 1 jar of yogurt. I don't know if I was supposed to do this first or after I put it in the fridge, but here we are. So I'm just gonna put this in the fridge and see if it thickens up a bit. Here is the meat stock that I'll be giving my son this week. No, I think it's, I guess so. You're right. Oh.
I said, because then it wouldn't be. This is what the holiday's for. I always sound like an ungrateful little lady. I'm great. So this time especially was going to be rough. So I'm going to hang out.
Almonds is soaking in here, so I'm gonna let these soak overnight before I blend them. Something that I'd like to mention about going on a gut healing journey is that removing toxins is really important. We have taken seriously way before I read this book. But we don't use non-stick pans, even though I'm sure you can find some that are non-toxic. I think they are out there. We use stainless steel appliances, wooden spatulas, and we don't use a microwave. We actually had our landlord remove the microwave here, and having filtered water to drink, having filtered water in our shower, eliminating the use of Wi-Fi as much as possible, getting outside, getting a lot of sunlight as much as we possibly can. These are all things that we have to consider when we're trying to heal our body. We're on a gut healing journey, just desperately looking for answers. I just want to encourage you and let you know that stressing is not going to help. And probably, and me saying that probably maybe stressed you out a little bit more. I remember feeling that way, and it's really because of my horrible gut health. Everything made me stress out so fast. I was so easily irritable, easily anxious, easily depressed. By the grace of God, I've been introduced to so much information on healing the gut, and if I could just encourage you that God is in control, and if you just continue to lean on Him, pray often, and give it all to Him, stay in His Word, you will feel a lot of that stress start to relieve shortly. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next week.